What's up, you guys? Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and welcome to episode 3 of my trading journal, Growing a Small £500 Forex Account. And if you missed any of the previous episodes, you can click the link in the top right corner or in the description below so you can view the whole playlist so you're up to date. Now, in this particular video, I want to walk you guys through one of my live trades I did back in July of me trading the zone recovery system. And again, for those of you who don't know what the zone recovery system is, I've got a journey on that where I traded that for 10 days on a demo account. So I'll link to that in the description and in the top right corner so you guys can check that out. And one of the reasons why I've decided to use this kind of money management system in this particular journey is that, I found it really interesting. I find it really interesting of these quote unquote no loss systems, and it even though on paper it looks really good, it can blow up your account. So I strongly advise that if you're going to implement this system, that you make sure that you're trading with capital that you can afford to lose. So and what I really wanted to do was kind of show an example of me running the system, why I decided to take the trade, where I've put my, pending buy or sell stop, and how the trade concluded and what happened overall from a money management perspective. So I think this will give you a good example. And again, I want to kind of show this on a live account so you guys can kind of see what actually happens, what's happening with my money, and the emotions that you kind of go through when trading this system. What I'll do in the next episode, I'll give you an update in terms of where the P&L's at. I'll be honest, I haven't really traded that system or the account that much over the past few weeks, but we are still in a positive account growth, which is good, and a nice healthy percentage return. So watch out for that video in a few weeks' time. Without further ado, let's get into this live trade. So I've got another counter trend trade for you guys today on the pound dollar 30-minute chart. I have placed a sell order at the open of this bar, and as with everything that I do and why I don't really like counter trend trades anymore, is that price has gone completely against me and formed a brand new highs, which is not exactly what I want to see over here. So instead of doing the traditional take profit target and stop loss, what I've done is I've done the zone recovery EA trading strategy, and again I'll link to that so you guys can check out that video. But effectively I've got my take profit target 30 pips, which is the previous lows, and 30 pips above my entry is where I would traditionally place a stop, but it has a buy stop in there. So if price gets this level, which more than likely it will activate a buy order and hedge my trade, and the EA will then open buy and sell trades based on what happens with price action to get me out of this trade at break even. So if price does go against me, I'm not looking to make a profit on this trade, I'm just looking to get out of this trade at break even. So again, I'll go through the reasons of why I wanted to get into this trade and why I did, and it has probably not done exactly what I wanted to do at this current point in time. I am still confident that price will continue to go down at some point. However, I think it'll probably activate my my pending buy stop before that actually happens. So the reasons why I've got into this trade is primarily down to my RSI MTF indicator, which are these arrows, and what these arrows are signifying is that price is overbought on the current time frame, which is the 30-minute, and also the time frame higher, which is the 1 hour. So we have that, and we also have some divergence also occurring at the same time. So you can see here that price made a high, the MACD made a high, and then price then made a lower high, and so did the MACD, and then the MACD then pushed up to make a higher high on price, but on the MACD has made a lower high, and then price then continued to form up to go make a new high over here, and then the MACD again has failed to make a new high. And now I probably should have waited on this trade, but it has literally gone right against me with no room to maneuver whatsoever. So, you know, price has pretty much gone up, you know, 22 pips in like the last, like, you know, 15 minutes. So but that's fine. You know, these things happen, and like I said, I've got now my zone recovery EA that should hopefully trigger at some point to kind of get me into this kind of break even trade. And again, the reason why I've gone with such a small lot size is A, that I am trading the zone recovery EA, and again, I've not doubled the lot size. It's like 1.5 times on there, and the trend dashboard, the short and medium term are not in my favor whatsoever. So they are completely against me on this. And you can see by these moving averages, you guys know I like to have these moving averages on there just to give me a sense of the trend. But the longer term, so daily onwards, are still currently in red. And one of the other reasons why I did like this is that traditionally what normally happens is when price kind of gets these levels, they kind of like to revert back to the mean. And you know, I kind of had it nicely in there of price, um, you know, within these kind of moving averages areas. So I kind of wanted price to kind of touch this or continue to go up. And I'm not too sure how long it will take to activate my kind of break even trade here, but but it looks like it'll probably do so in a few minutes time. So I'm not going to stick around and let you guys wait until it does that. It will do that at some point. I'll be very surprised if price then starts to reverse completely and go back down. But I do expect price to reverse at some point during this move, because if we look at where the MACD is in relation to price, this is a very long term trend in terms of the time frame that it's currently in. So price will want to kind of start ranging on there. Hopefully it doesn't range within the kind of 30 pips, so it keeps opening buy and sell trades, because I really want to kind of get out of this trade now as quick as I possibly can. So the best thing for me over here is, if the buy stop gets activated, that price continues to push up. So then I can get out of this trade as quick as I possibly can. So let's see what happens. Again, this is a good example just to show that, you know, no one's always right inside Forex, and you know, things like this can happen. And let's see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated. So I shall see you guys in a second. So we're now out of this trade, and as you can see, that price did eventually reverse. However, it did activate the zone recovery EA before it started reversing. So as we looked at previously, this bar here was just touching, you know, or flirting with my pending buy order, and then it didn't actually get there. Then price then decided to reverse, and I was slightly in profit there for you know, a couple of pips. And this white line was my original entry at the 0.02 lot mark. So I thought, great, it's going to come back and start going more into profit and hit my take profit target. But as soon as it got there, reversed back, and then it literally clipped my pending buy stop, which is unfortunate, but that's the reason why it's there. If this was a stop loss related kind of trade, therefore I would have just lost, you know, 0.5% on my account. However, so it did launch it at 0.03, and as soon as it did, it came all the way back down. And when it went to around my entry mark, there was a pending sell stop there at 0.05 lots, which you can see by this line got triggered, and then price just went off to the races, and then eventually got me out at 1.26141. And then when you add up the wins, so the two sell trades at £3.83 and at £9.58, and then the buy trade, which was a loser at £13.31, you will see here that I have managed to get out at a 10p profit. So, you know, it's not just slightly above break even, but you know, for me, I'm not too concerned about it. And as you can see, you know, I think that price will start to continue to go lower. And this is, my analysis was correct in terms of, looking at the divergence, etc., etc. The long term, as you can see from the moving averages, are down, and then the kind of medium term are still up. But for me, I think I did the analysis correct. I think I predicted, based on the technicals and the elements that I kind of teach on this channel, that price will go down. I just don't know when it will go down. So that's why you kind of have stop losses in place and things like that. So again, I wanted to kind of show you that, of how you can kind of trade, not using a stop loss, but you kind of got a fallback plan in there. So I didn't lose anything out of this trade, which was good. I really would have liked to have made 0.5%, 1% on my account, but we are where we are. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this kind of live video on how this trade kind of played out, and leave me a note in the comments if you want me to do more videos kind of like this, so you guys can kind of see me trade live and trade with different systems and different ideas and different setups. I've put a playlist on there to my Forex scalping strategy course right now, which you can see on the screen, which is basically the method I've just taught, but used with the traditional stop loss system. So you guys can check that one out now, and I shall see you guys in a second.